Greetings, friends. It's Pat back with another episode of Let's Talk Travel. You know, travel is all about experiences. If you think about it, travel without experiences it's rather ho hum. It's just going from one place and looking at some different scenery. Um, you know, sometimes you think, without some experiences, it's almost not worth the effort and expense of going. Uh, Frankly, we have a few clients who really don't indulge in much in the way of excursions and day trips when they travel. And folks, I just really don't get that. Uh, these experiences, they're just your memory makers from your trips, and you don't want to go without that. Just have to throw that in. Tonight, I thought we would focus on Destination Ireland. It is such a perpetual favorite with our client base. I'm pretty sure it's our third most popular destination that we book. The Caribbean, all inclusive resorts, cruises, and that sort of thing, Alaska, and then Ireland, I'm sure, is our next most popular destination. There are so many ways that you can approach a trip to Ireland. Self drive, of course, we do a lot of that. Probably half or more of our clients elect to do the self drive vacation. We recently had a gentleman who is approaching his 80th birthday, and they did Ireland self drive. He's kind of, he's just a confident and still a good driver. We can provide that documentation. So he did the self drive. You can do a cruise. You can do an escorted tour. We can even do private car and driver. That is a fabulous way. Your entire trip is just at your beck and call, and you don't have the stress of driving yourself. So those are some of the ways you can approach. But regardless of how you approach the trip, everyone that we send comes home absolutely in love with the Emerald Isle. There are multiple reasons for that. There's a beautiful scenery. When they say Emerald Isle, they mean it. You never would dream that there are so many shades of green. The scenery is absolutely legendary. You have the charm and the humor, the warmth of the Irish people. They are second to none in hospitality and so welcoming to travelers to Ireland. But the clincher, I think, on all of this is the amazing experiences that are included in your itinerary. We want all of our clients not just to travel to Ireland, we want them to experience Ireland. And so we want to include customized experiences for each traveler, depending on their interests and what that particular person enjoys doing. Let's look at some of the more must-do experiences in Ireland. There are just some iconic experiences that pretty much anyone who travels to Ireland needs to plan to do. Ireland just has the amazing scenery. There are the castles the castle ruins, so many things like this, just the scenery along the way. We want our clients, whenever you do Ireland, we really encourage pretty much everyone, excuse me, to do the Ring of Kerry. This is just an iconic experience, and we particularly really encourage everyone, for this is one, even if you're doing self-drive, folks, this is one of the things that you need to book an excursion. We will get you a private car and driver. If you don't do it for any other of your trips, you really should do it for Ring of Kerry. When you go, Ring of Kerry is pretty much a full day experience when you do it right. There are so many stops, so much fabulous scenery. This is just one of the stops that you can make there um, as you drive the Ring of Kerry. And there are dozens of such stops along the way. Here is another. This is called Ladies View. It's a very popular stopping place. The views are incredible. And our drivers, the cost of having a private driver for your full day tour for this in the 650 range US dollars. It's really a bargain overall because you're not going to have the stress of driving. You're going to be free to view that scenery and focus on the trip and do the stops, not have to fight the traffic. And there can be, particularly if you're there at certain times of the year or uh, during the weekends when some of the locals might be joining in the tours. Um, but the traffic can be heavy. Let your driver worry about that. And plus, when you have that private driver for that excursion, they are going to share with you the context and the history of what you're seeing. You're going to understand what these views are and what how they fit in and what they mean to the people who live there in Ireland. This is a very famous, the Muckross House and Gardens. This is a very famous stop uh, along the way on Ring of Kerry. Most everybody wants to stop and tour that home and the beautiful, beautiful gardens. But there are dozens and dozens of stops along the way. It really is a full day tour when you do that. Another thing that you want to see as you are touring around Ireland, Rock of Cashel. This is just a huge kind of ruins, but they're not totally ruins, but they're just up on a dramatic outcrop of limestone, way up high on the uh, Golden Vale. Um, Great historical significance to this particular place. It's just an impressive cluster of medieval buildings there in Ireland. There's a round tower, a high cross, a Romanesque chapel, a Gothic cathedral, an abbey, and a 15th century tower house. Just one of those places that you need to plan to see as you tour around Ireland. The majority of our first time visitors tend to do a loop round trip Dublin. You know, there are other ways to do this, but very frequently they'll want to come out of Dublin's and go through some just make a loop that takes you back to Ring of Kerry and up Galway. Just some of the most popular stops, and that's probably the most popular itinerary that we tend to book for our first time visitors to Ireland. Another place, folks, that you don't want to miss is the Cliffs of Moher. Whenever you go to at least first time visitors, you have to see these dramatic, spectacular cliffs that just seem to come straight up out of the ocean. And you've got the Burren on one side, which is this flat stones, and the wild Atlantic Ocean on the other side, and the cliffs just seem to come right up out of the water. It's just really impressive. It's something that you really, really need to see when you're first time visitors there. And oh yes, and another one that first time visitors. This is in Dublin, Trinity College, one of the places that people really need to visit. And you don't need to usually spend a whole lot of time there, but The Book of Kells is located in the library at the Trinity College, and it's an illuminated manuscript, a Celtic gospel book containing the four gospels of the New Testament and other texts and tables. It was actually created in a Columban monastery. They're not sure. Different people say either Ireland or Scotland, and it's believed to have been created around 800 AD, so it's quite ancient. They'll have it on display, and you will see usually just one page of that, but it is something we kind of encourage our clients to plan to make that stop one of the first stops in their day for their time in Dublin, before the crowds build up, because it can get quite crowded as the day goes on. Another thing that we really encourage our clients to think about doing while they're in Dublin, if you just want a good time and you want to just have just a fun evening with a traditional Irish dinner and show, the Merry Plowboys. You've got dancing and singing and music, very authentic Ireland type of thing. They have shuttles that run from central Dublin, so you don't have to worry if you have, a cocktail or two along the way. You're in Ireland after all. So that is a show that we frequently recommend. So those are some of the experiences that and here's just a shot from downtown Dublin. You need to spend a day or two in Dublin exploring the traditional sites there, just to experience that city. It has great deal to offer. Also in Dublin, you have, let's just face it, they're known for some of their adult beverages. Irish whiskey, for example, the Guinness Stout, the various things like that. We have the Guinness Storehouse there. That is something that pretty much, I think probably 3/4 of our travelers want to make that stop again. That's one that we recommend you try to work in. It, maybe the thought of doing the sample of the Guinness product might be a little daunting before noon. But honestly, if you get there earlier in the day, say make your reservation for 10:30 or 11, then by the time you're through with your tour, it's getting on toward afternoon, and you can have sample their wares there as well. One of the other places that people like to go very frequently is the Jameson Distillery. That is a good stop for many people. It is very famous, and one we've had really good recent feedback. And this is an experience from central Dublin. It is the Whiskey Trail Tour, and our clients who have done this, we just recently started booking this for appropriate clients. Not everybody, we understand, not everybody wants to do this, but for those who want to check out the Irish whiskey, this is a great tour. Our clients have raved about this. Here you can get the inside scoop on Dublin's nightlife. They have a couple of different itineraries that you can choose from. Sample the classic Irish whiskeys, Jameson, Bushmills, Wild Geese, Connemara. You visit different pubs during this tour, and you get the history and the real scoop on the Dublin pub scene with a local guide. They limit this tour size to a maximum of 15 people, so you are assured of being in a small group. Usually the group size is smaller even than that. So there, if you want to sample the adult beverages in Ireland, we can arrange for that as well. Now, if you are someone that wants, say, a deeper dive into Ireland's culture, we recommend the Little Museum. That is a great place to check out some of Dublin's history. It will give you just kind of chronicles the history of the entire city in the 20th century. Gives you a good overview of life in Dublin during that 100-year period. Another place that you might want to visit is a very interactive experience at the Irish Emigration Museum. Lots of video galleries, motion sensor quizzes. You can dance in the footsteps of some of the dancing legends. Just all sorts of things. You can get just an overview of the far-reaching impact on history that the people who emigrated from Ireland have, the footprint that they have left on the rest of the world after leaving the city. Aran Islands. Now, this is one, if you really want to delve in and do a little bit of a deeper dive into some of the beauty of Ireland, and the history of Ireland, we recommend the Aran Islands. Now, they are located rather. They operate out of Dublin, and you can visit there. There's a ferry that can take you out to the islands, and this is an area. Well, let's face it, Ireland, just like everywhere else, has done a lot of changing over the years, but the Aran Islands, they have remained almost untouched by modernization, and they've retained so much of the old Ireland culture, and Gaelic is still the primary language spoken there. Now, most everyone there actually does speak fluent English as well. And we especially like to work for this experience. We love to book a combination tour that includes the ferry trip and a couple of hours, 2 or 3 or 4 hours out on one of the Aran Islands. And then on the way back, you cruise along the base of the Cliffs of Moher. What a different perspective that you have on these imposing cliffs when you are looking at them from down below. It gives you a totally different look than when you toured it from above. So that is a great experience to include as well. Now, if you are an active adventurer, there is so much to do in Ireland, and we have booked a lot of for active adventure types. We recently had 2 couples that traveled to Ireland. They love to hike. They love the outdoors. We booked several different adventures for them, hiking to some of the highest mountains and cliffs. Some of the other things you can do: river tubing, you can surf, rock climbing, you can do wakeboarding right in the city of Dublin. If you're an adventure seeker, Ireland is a great destination for you to experience some of your favorite activities while seeing a beautiful, incredible destination in the world. One of the adventures that we really, really love for our clients, not everybody's into this, but falconry is big in Ireland, and we work with several different providers in different sections of the country. We have locations near Killarney, just outside of Dublin, more up in the Galway area. All of these have fabulous falconry experiences where you get up close and personal with these amazing birds of prey. And folks, it is just something that you have to experience um, to appreciate it. But you actually get to handle these amazing birds and learn all about that from these experienced master falconers who lead these experiences. You can book these as a private experience or as a small group. So they allow you to not only interact, but to actually handle and put that glove on your hand and have the bird take off and fly right from your own gloved hand. Folks, that is an experience that you're going to talk about for the rest of your life. It is going to touch your heart and your mind. It is just amazing. Now, if budget permits, we love to do a castle stay for our clients. Now, this is something, can you just imagine? This happens to be Dromoland Castle, where we book several times a year. Now, this is, folks, this is not the cheapest thing to do when you and there are there's a castle outside of Dublin, Clontarf Castle, that we book a lot for clients too. Your stay there is actually you have the old castle, but in Clontarf Castle, your rooms have actually are more modern. Have been added on to the back of the castle, but you do have a castle stay there. That's more reasonable. But castles like Dromoland there, or this amazing Ashford Castle up north in the Galway area. These are amazing experiences. And there are several options scattered around. These are two of the most famous and two of our favorites to book for our clients when budget permits. One of our very favorite properties, Ashford Castle and Dromoland as well. Dromoland actually offers an amazing package that includes your one-night stay in the castle, your falconry experience, do the hawk walk, a private hawk walk there at the castle, and dinner at their 5-star Earl of Thurmond restaurant there as well. Now, folks, this is not, and again, to some extent, it's going to depend on the time of year that you travel. But if you want to book that, just to give you an idea of price point on this is a splurge item. So if you want to book a stay at Dromoland Castle, Ashford Castle, I believe, is right about the same price point. If you want to book that hawk walk and dinner at Dromoland along with your stay, figure on spending probably 15 to 1,600 euros. So that's going to be more in the neighborhood of 1,700 US. Just kind of give you a feel for that. But folks, it's going to be one of those lifetime experiences, and you are going to be talking about that castle stay and your opportunity in the falconry to fly, actually interact and fly that bird of prey. I'm telling you, you are not going to ever forget experiences like that. So if budget can be stretched, we highly recommend that you do some sort of splurge experience once during your stay if it works out for you. Maybe budget can't quite stretch to accommodate the overnight stay and all of these extras and stuff. Well, this is Ashford Castle. Why not at least reserve a reservation and experience high tea one afternoon at one of these castles? Ashford Castle offers that. They have several restaurants at this particular castle. The restaurants are open to the public, and you are definitely going to feel like royalty. These teas are exquisite. The food is amazing. What can you say about the setting? You're going to feel like royalty, and that's the truth. We are happy to, if we book your trip, we're happy to set you up with a reservation for tea at one of these castle properties. And even if you can't quite make the overnight castle stay, you can certainly. And if you can't do one of these major properties, Clontarf Castle is very affordable for an overnight stay. We frequently book that castle as a last night stay for people when they return to Dublin and they have one night stay. It's not too far from the airport, and that runs more in the $350 to $400 range for a one night stay at Clontarf Castle. So that's one that we book for our clients with a good bit of frequency as they are getting ready to depart from their stay in Dublin. So there you have it, folks, what we recommend for experiencing Ireland. Now, as most of you know, if you're regular listeners, we always have something to give away, and tonight is no exception. This is for our live listeners only. I'm doing another coffee table book tonight. It's just full of stunning images of, where else? Ireland. Is a beautiful, beautiful book, and you are going to love to have that on your coffee table and maybe start dreaming over as you begin to plan your own adventure to experience Ireland. So, folks, if you're watching live tonight and you want to be in our drawing to win this beautiful book, I want you to enter in the comments section as you're watching now. I want you to just enter Ireland Adventure in the comments section now, and one of our live viewers is going to get an opportunity to win this beautiful coffee table book that you will be proud to display and you will love dreaming over as you plan your own adventure, or maybe dreaming over a past adventure. It's going to serve as a great, if you've done Ireland, not to say you can't go back again, folks. There's a lot to see, and you can't do it all in one 10-day trip. So, folks, that's it from Pat tonight at Let's Talk Travel. You know how to get me. Just feel free to reach out to us anytime. You can visit our website at dancingmoontravel.com. You can email me, pat@dancingmoontravel.com. Check out our website. That's probably the easiest. You'll see all of our experienced agents listed there. And somebody would be glad to check to help you with planning your Ireland trip or any other destination you have in mind. And there's my contact message information going across. You can email me or call me at the number displayed there, and I would be happy to help you as well. Thank you so much, folks. We are so appreciative of those of you who tune in regularly. It's a great encouragement to us, and we appreciate you so much. Thanks for tuning in again, and we'll see you again for next week's episode of Let's Talk Travel. Have a great week.